And this is look. I said before, the big, talented man will always beat the small, talented fighter.
The possibility of a high-stakes showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is becoming more likely. While Canelo has previously downplayed the idea of facing Crawford, claiming he wouldn't seek credit for such a victory, his recent openness to serious offers signals that this long-discussed fight might happen sooner than expected. With both fighters eyeing high-profile opponents and no major bouts scheduled at the moment, the chances of this clash materializing in 2025 have grown significantly. Oscar de la Hoya, despite his complicated past with Canelo, has weighed in on the potential bout.
Oscar, Terence Crawford says he wants to fight Canelo. He's changed his tune. He said he's willing to move up 3 weight divisions. To me, that's kind of crazy, but that just shows you, like, man, the dog that's in Terence Crawford. If Canelo...
The former world champion expressed his belief that if the fight were to take place, Canelo's size and power would give him a decisive edge over Crawford. De La Hoya told Fight Hub TV, at 154, Crawford didn't look too dangerous against a powerhouse, so imagine Canelo as the bigger guy. It's almost like a no contest. When has a smaller, skilled guy ever beaten a bigger skilled guy in boxing history? It's rare. Crawford, widely regarded for his technical skills and power, would face significant challenges against Canelo's natural size and strength. While some experts believe Crawford has the ability to hang with Canelo, the size difference might be too much to overcome.
Terence Crawford will beat Canelo anytime. Anytime. Because...
The fight, however, remains uncertain. Both Canelo and Crawford have ongoing commitments, and any agreement would depend on various factors, including negotiations and decisions from both teams. Not many fighters have shared the ring with both Crawford and Canelo, but Amir Khan, who faced both men in the ring and suffered stoppage defeats to each, has offered his take on how a fight between the two might play out.
What do I think of that fight?
Yeah.
I think that, everybody knows that Crawford got the skills. I do think that Canelo's a little big for Crawford. It'll be a tall...
Adding more insight is middleweight contender Corn Davis, who has sparred with both fighters. Davis, who fought David Benavidez in 2021 and has faced Canelo in the ring, believes it would be an uphill battle for Crawford. Canelo's a big guy. It's going to be tough. He can take a punch, so Crawford isn't going to hurt him with one shot. Maybe he could target an eye or go to the body, but it's going to be a tall task.
It'll be a lot you have to... It'll be a lot to get that victory based on, size alone. Not that size wins fights, but we got a guy that got size and skill. It'll be hard.
Davis shared with Mill City Boxing. Canelo can really fight, and if I had to bet, I'd put money on him. Davis praised Crawford's skills, but pointed out that Canelo's size and power would likely prove too much for the welterweight champion. David Benavidez, who faced Canelo in the ring and holds a professional record of 27-0-0, has also weighed in.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest.
While he acknowledged Crawford's technical brilliance, he questioned if Crawford's power would translate in higher weight classes, especially against a fighter like Canelo.
But it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and after this fight, what else are you gonna say?
Crawford would need to move up 2 weight divisions to face Canelo, Benavidez said. It'd be a great fight, no doubt, but I just don't know if Crawford can take that kind of power. Crawford's last fight saw him step up to 154 pounds, where he secured a victory over Israel Madrimov. He now holds the WBO interim super welterweight title. On the other hand, Canelo's most recent triumph was against Edgar Berlanga at super middleweight, solidifying his status as one of the modern greats. With both fighters at the peak of their careers, the potential for an epic showdown remains a tantalizing prospect for boxing fans. David Benavidez recently shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, acknowledging Crawford's exceptional technical skills but noting concerns about the weight difference. Crawford is one of the best technical fighters I've ever seen, Benavidez said, when he moved to 154 pounds. I'm not saying he had problems, but he didn't have the same power as he did at 147, and he would still have to move up 2 or 3 more weight classes to face Canelo. While Benavidez recognizes Crawford's unique abilities, he believes Canelo would have the upper hand due to the significant size difference. Benavidez, who has spent most of his career at 168 pounds, would face his own challenges moving up in weight to take on Canelo at super middleweight. However, he's long been considered a potential threat to Canelo. The highly anticipated bout between the two Mexican stars has yet to materialize, but fans are eager to see it happen.
You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175.
Benavidez's next fight is set for February 1st, where he will face David Morrell, adding another exciting chapter to the future of the super middleweight division. Meanwhile, Crawford, fresh off his dominant win over Errol Spence Jr., has openly expressed interest in facing Canelo, a matchup that would see him move up 2 weight classes. The road to this historic fight, however, is fraught with challenges, as Crawford would have to contend with Canelo's size, strength, and experience at higher weight classes. Demetrius Andrade, a former super middleweight champion, weighed in on the potential clash, praising Crawford's skills but emphasizing Canelo's advantages.
Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so.
Canelo's a big guy and he knows how to move, Andrade explained during an interview with Fight Hub TV. He's not like a robot in there, he's agile. I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo, but he can definitely make it a tough fight. Andrade also noted that Canelo's ability to absorb shots and defend against power punches would be crucial in this matchup. Canelo knows how to block power shots, he said. It's going to be tough for Crawford, but I still think it'll be a good fight.
I love Crawford. He's a good friend. We reach out to each other. We've travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both.
Some experts, however, see Crawford's abilities as a potential game changer. Former boxer and trainer Bilal Muhammad asked for his opinion.
Crawford wanting to fight Canelo 3 divisions up. Good idea, bad idea?
I don't remember sizes of Terence Crawford.
Welterweight.
If he big, actually.
Maybe he's probably...
Praised Crawford's skills, stating, "Terence is one of my favorite active fighters. He has very good skills, and maybe he can show us something." Bilal also pointed to Crawford's ring IQ as a potential advantage, saying, "Crawford is one of the best fighters in the world right now. His boxing IQ is top-notch."
I came to the boxing gym, one of the first lessons which I should learn, it's like, you should respect weight classes. What it means. But Terence Crawford now is one of the favorite.
Hall of Famer and ESPN analyst Timothy Bradley Jr. also weighed in on the potential matchup, arguing that Crawford could triumph despite the weight difference. "Everyone keeps talking about the weight," Bradley said on his YouTube channel. "But when was the last time Canelo knocked someone out? It's been a while." Bradley pointed to Canelo's last stoppage win over Caleb Plant in November 2021, suggesting that Crawford's speed, power, and intelligence could make the difference in this fight.
I don't know, someone told me to study Canelo, study Crawford. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez.
As the debate continues to heat up, fans are eagerly awaiting whether this dream bout will come to fruition and what the future holds for 2 of boxing's brightest stars. Canelo Alvarez has faced several challenges in recent years, with some fans questioning his dominance after going the distance with fighters like John Ryder, Jamal Charlo, and Edgar Berlanga, as well as losing to Dimitri Bivol. Despite this, Canelo remains a formidable champion, but his most recent performances, including a long and competitive fight with Charlo, have led some analysts to question his ability to deal with fighters of Crawford's caliber. Timothy Bradley, former world champion and boxing analyst, is one such voice backing Crawford in a potential showdown with Canelo. "Come on, man, quit with the talk of Crawford getting knocked out," Bradley said. He pointed out that Crawford's skill set, combined with his reach advantage, 74 inches compared to Canelo's shorter reach, would give him a significant edge in a matchup. Bradley emphasized Crawford's counterpunching ability and his capability to neutralize an opponent's offensive output, which could be crucial against Canelo, a fighter known for his more limited work rate. Bradley also expressed confidence that Crawford could win a decision by working from the outside and controlling the pace with straight punches, tiring Canelo down the stretch. He sarcastically referenced Canelo's avoidance of a fight with David Benavidez, suggesting that the Mexican superstar may be hesitant to take on a real challenge in Crawford. "Don't run away from the fight now, Canelo," Bradley added, mocking Canelo's previous comments about certain fights being easy. Despite Bradley's bold stance, many in the boxing world believed that the size and power disparity between Canelo and Crawford could be too much for the latter to overcome.
Where'd you start? You started in Mexico, man. Go back, get one of those guys out of there, man. Go back, start there. That's where you start. Go back to your roots, bro. Get some of that humble pie, bro. Go back, start where you started. Start where you started at.
Crawford, a 4-division world champion, is known for his ring IQ and adaptability, but taking on the much bigger Canelo would certainly be a monumental challenge. Teddy Atlas, legendary boxing trainer and analyst, also weighed in on the potential matchup. While acknowledging Canelo's size, strength, and punching power, Atlas praised Crawford's unique ability to come up with a strategy that maximizes his skills despite being the smaller fighter.
Listen, I think Belanga's a talented kid who's getting better. He's improved recently. I think he still needs more seasoning, but I see an improvement in him. He is a talent.
Very few people have the appetite to challenge themselves like Crawford does, Atlas said, making it clear that he wouldn't bet against the undefeated American. As for Canelo, he continues to make history with his impressive career, even if his recent fights haven't always been dominant.
Just with Canelo, obviously, he had his fight with Edgar Berlanga announced recently. Not received necessarily the positive outcome and reaction he'd have liked. What did you make of the Canelo Berlanga fight?
Since becoming the undisputed super middleweight champion in 2021, Canelo has faced a few setbacks, including his loss to Bivol at light heavyweight. However, the 34-year-old has since bounced back with 5 consecutive wins, including victories over Gennady Golovkin and Jermall Charlo. Both Canelo and Crawford have carved their legacies in boxing, and their potential clash in 2025 would be one of the most anticipated fights in recent memory. Crawford, having recently become the undisputed welterweight champion, is now eyeing a 3rd undisputed title at super middleweight, a challenge that many see as a true test of his abilities.
Everybody that believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo, just like they knew Bud was going to beat Spence.
The outcome of such a fight could reshape the landscape of boxing, and fans around the world are eager to see whether Crawford's skills will be enough to overcome the size and power of Canelo Alvarez. In a recent interview, boxing trainer Boma shared his thoughts on several notable names in the sport, including Terence Crawford, Conor Benn, and Canelo Alvarez. Boma was confident in Crawford's abilities, stating, "Any hardcore boxing fan knows Crawford can beat Canelo. You have to know boxing to say that." However, he didn't hold back on critiquing Conor Benn's latest performance, calling it trash, despite not watching the fight himself. Boma added that some coaches who saw the fight weren't impressed, and though he acknowledged Benn's past tough fights, he didn't rate him highly. When asked about Benn's desire to face Gervonta Davis, Boma was skeptical. Why go down to 135 and 141 pounds? Turning to the upcoming bout between Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman, Boma had mixed feelings. He predicted Tszyu could have the momentum after Thurman's long layoff, but also noted Thurman's extensive experience at the top level.
This is real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Hey, Terry's going to get in there and do what he needs to do. Perform.
It's going to be a tough fight to call right now, but I see Tszyu having the edge just because he's been active, Boma said. Crawford's future in boxing remains uncertain, with rumors of his retirement surfacing. However, Crawford recently quelled these speculations with a tweet that read, "I have been doubted my whole career, and some still doubt me now. I love it."
To rehab now and training again, and we hope to. He's one of our plan to see him fighting.
A fan responded suggesting Crawford should continue fighting once a year, to which Crawford replied, "The demand is high, I see." And David Benavidez, who is also eyeing a fight with Canelo, weighed in on the potential bout between Crawford and Canelo. While Benavidez acknowledged Crawford's technical brilliance, he expressed concerns about Crawford's ability to compete at higher weight classes.
25.
The goal, obviously, is a Canelo fight for him, right?
We hope. He wants this fight, and why not?
You and Canelo, I know you guys are working towards trying to do a fight.
Crawford is one of the best technical fighters I have ever seen, but when he moved to 154 pounds, he didn't have the same power he had at 147, Benavidez said. Crawford is a one-of-a-kind fighter, but weight classes must be respected. With multiple potential matchups on the horizon, it remains to be seen whether Crawford and Canelo will ever meet in the ring. or if Crawford will continue to challenge himself against the sport's best. As the boxing world eagerly awaits potential showdowns, the future of Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, and other top fighters remains filled with uncertainty and excitement. Whether it's Crawford's pursuit of Canelo, Benavidez's climb in the rankings, or rising stars like Heshin Davis, the sport is never short of drama. Fans will be watching closely to see how these stories unfold in 2025. Stay tuned for more updates as these highly anticipated matchups continue to shape the future of boxing.